Hello, my fellow FNAF fans. So this video is going to be a big one. This video is one near and dear to my heart as it goes into a topic that I want to be true, well, really bad. And I have touched on this topic in past theories, but I decided to make a full, definitive video on the topic as I feel that it is undeniable that it will happen, and I feel as though Scott is just having a huge build up to the moment at this point. So today, I'm going to do a huge, deep dive into the possible villainy of Circus Baby and how she could very well carry on the Afton legacy going forward. This video will be 2 parts, so stay tuned for the next part. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as Philip DeFranco says,
let's just jump into it.
We start off this theory with 2 very important games with Circus Baby in the series, FNAF Sister Location and FNAF 6. We start off with Sister Location finding out that she is really good at leading you astray and mind manipulation, causing you to trust in her just for her to stab you in the back at the end. Now, as many of you have seen, I predicted that the baby stand-in for the future is Eleanor, and we see that this happens with Steve, being able to build up trust and murder him at the end. All I'm saying is that Help Wanted is consistent with Baby's character. I'll go into Help Wanted a little bit more later and rest of the books and stuff. Baby also has some very strange voice lines, making her seem psychotic and intentionally having a mysterious personality from whoever made her in Sister Location.
I don't think it was ever used. At least not the way it was meant to be used. I have you hidden too well. I kidnapped you. Do you ever play make-believe? Pretend to be one way when you are really the other. You don't really know who your employer is, do you? Now we can do what we were created to do and be complete.
These voice lines implies that she knows something that we don't. What does that mean though? There is no other character in the entire series other than Glamrock Freddy, Hand Unit, and Phone Guy that has more voice lines than this character, and yet her character is shoved aside with no reason at all. We also hear this whole voice line right before she dies in the FNAF 6 fire, which you cannot tell me is just a random voice line, and trust me, it is seriously important that we dissect this to its core.
You played right into our hands. Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you? No. This was a gift for us. You gathered them all together in one place. Just like he asked you to. All of those little souls in one place. Just for us. A gift. Now we can do what we were created to do and be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch, listen, and be full.
Wait a second, who's that? Is there someone here in this video? Oh look, it's a visit from Impulse Evan 37.
Yo, what's up guys? So this line of,
I will make you proud, Daddy,
shows that while Elizabeth is in fact evil, it's not just because she wants to be. She's evil for the purpose of pleasing her father, who is just the most evil dude in the universe. The 4th closet also showcases Elizabeth working alongside her father. In this book, William is just the biggest dickhead to his daughter, literally preferring Henry's daughter to his own. He tells her at one point that she just isn't enough. Elizabeth even tells Charlie a story about how she asked about his work and he literally smacked her for interrupting. Needless to say, he's not a great guy. However, it doesn't seem like William outright hates her, as the whole reason he smacks her is because he doesn't want her near Circus Baby. She interrupts him working on making her into a killing machine. She interrupts him while he's working on making Circus Baby into a killing machine, and he obviously doesn't want Elizabeth to die. At a point in the 4th closet, it's said that William is just disappointed by Elizabeth. Elizabeth's motivation in the 4th closet is just to please her father. She wants to make him proud, and he's evil, so bada bing bada boom, she becomes evil too. However, she's a bit too invested in her father. Elizabeth and Michael Afton are basically complete opposites, and other than William himself, Elizabeth is one of the better foils for Michael in the series, which is why I think Sister Location's storyline works so well. Elizabeth's sole goal is to please William by continuing her father's work, but Michael's goal is to make up for the sins of his past in killing his younger brother by undoing his father's work. Many people believe that Elizabeth is only evil just because of the AI taking control of her, which Sandwich Man is about to talk about a bit. Not the AI taking control apart, but just the AI in general. But while the AI is possibly part of the reason, the fourth closet and the end of FNAF 6 showed that it is absolutely not the only reason.
There are multiple things about this voice line I continue to find extremely strange. The first being, what the hell is Baby quote-unquote created to do? Is this even revealed anywhere? Well, actually yes, it is. In the blueprints of Sister Location, Baby is revealed to be 7 feet tall. But why? Well, we see this in the minigame. Circus Baby is literally programmed and designed, by her father mind you, to kill kids. And, as we will likely see in the future of the series, is exactly what she is going to do. You don't shove a voice line in here and expect it not to be followed through in the series. There's also the question of how long William was telling Elizabeth about the things he was doing. While it's still debatable where and when William was able to access the underground bunker, which I believe to be the mound in the middle of Midnight Motorist, but that's a whole theory for another day, if William knew exactly when and how Elizabeth was killed, there was likely a huge time gap between the events of the Circus Baby minigame and the events of Sister Location. This could very well mean that William was explaining everything that was going on outside. It's speculative as all hell, I'm just throwing it out there, meaning that Baby knew everything that was going on. Take into consideration also all of those little souls in one place, implying that Baby even knew about Remnant and the MCI. But how could she know about all that if she was underground doing nothing this whole time? What about...
You played right into our hands.
Could this even debunk the whole monologue given by Henry moments later? Could this all mean that Henry is conspiring with Baby to kill everyone else off and let her escape? Obviously, it's all speculation, but this jam-packed voice line implies a ton of crazy stuff. Even in the image of Baby burning down in the monologue, we have evidence of this. In the image of Baby in the fire, we see that her hand is on the outside of the building, possibly even implying that she got out. As for other random tidbits of evidence from these two games, consider these. Think about how William was revealed to us in the FNAF 3 trailer. It took quite a big build-up with intense music in the background, with iconic lines of, "He will come back, he always does," where at the end we get a reveal of a close-up of our new biggest threat, Springtrap. A game centered all around him, you know it's gonna be important. Well, take a look at how Circus Baby is revealed in the Sister Location trailer. And compare that with Springtrap in the FNAF 3 trailer. You cannot tell me that it is a reveal for someone who lasts 2 games. And even if it is, it seems really overdone for a character that will literally die in the next game. You also need to remember that the reveal of Springtrap in the FNAF 3 trailer lasted for at least 3 games, and later in Security Breach he came back again. Scott knows that the community is getting tired of Afton coming back, yet since the Afton family is really the core of the series, there has to be a way to carry on his legacy without himself carrying on the legacy. As for other tidbits of information, consider this voice line, for example.
It feels like my birthday. Did you have a gift for me?
What kind of gift would we have for Baby? A possible trap that maybe she planned and you fell into? Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but every other death voice line is super ordinary and straightforward, even from Afton.
Bittersweet, but fitting. How could can I resist a promise such as this? That was easier than I thought it would be. You may not recognize me at first, but I assure you, that's still me.
So the question is, what kind of present would we have for Baby? Considering we let her into the building, giving her the potential to maybe find a plot and do whatever else, there's a lot of potential with this voice line. Consider also Night 5 of Sister Location, where Circus Baby is waiting for us. While other people may say that the power module from Funtime Freddy in Night 3 isn't an illusion disc, I am one of the people who believes it is. And if the observation about the humming is correct, the same thing is happening in Night 5 of Sister Location with Circus Baby in Parts and Service. This implies that Ennard, with the mind of Circus Baby at this point, has an illusion disc. More on that later. Next, what I consider to be the biggest tidbit of information, she tells Michael, "You won't die." Multiple times. But how would she know that? The only way for her to know that is if she knows about Remnant, and indeed, she does. Now, true, it could also be because she was killed by an animatronic and she knows that somehow she didn't die and therefore it wouldn't kill Michael, but that's a stupid reason. I already explained that she has an illusion disc, so why wouldn't she know about Remnant, her father's creation? As for the last tidbit of information, in ScottGames.com and FNAFWorld.com back in 2017, when Elizabeth and Ennard were fighting, the full dialogue describes Baby and Ennard getting over a fight between who would control Ennard. The end result eventually comes down to Circus Baby being kicked out. However, there's a line of dialogue that everyone seemed to forgot about. "You would be lost without me." This comes directly from Baby, and implying that Baby has some sort of special connection when it comes to the MCI, because clearly, Molten Freddy fell into that FNAF 6 trap as well. This could yet again imply that Circus Baby knew exactly what was going on by the time of FNAF 6. And with FNAF Sister Location and FNAF 6 finally out of the way, we can get started on the future games of the series.
Starting with Ultimate Custom Night, we obviously don't get much from Baby, but what we do get is kinda sus. Baby actually has two different variations of the same voice line. She's one of the only two characters in the game to do so. And what is the voice line?
I guess you forgot about me. I guess you forgot about me.
And the way she says it the second time puts emphasis on the me. Perhaps it implies that in all the chaos of FNAF 6, we forgot about Baby. We forgot about her voice line right before Henry's ending monologue, because of how good it is. Now, I did say that there are two characters in the entire game to have two of the same death voice line, and who was that other character? Scrap Baby. And the same person. And also, technically Rockstar Freddy, but that's like, does that really count?
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Please deposit 5 coins.
Anyway, her voice line is,
Time for your controlled shock. Time for your controlled shock.
this time, Scrap Baby's voice line emphasizes the "your," seemingly with the intent of torture. The repeated line of "I guess you forgot about me" really sounds the alarm when it comes down to a possible comeback, because if we forgot about Circus Baby, it means that she could come back when we least expect it. The tricky thing about the voice lines in Ultimate Custom Night, though, is that they're all from the creations from the one you should not have killed, who we believe to be Cassidy. However, these voice lines are meant to match the characters themselves, like with how Nightmare Fredbear says that this time there's more than an illusion to fear, which matches how the Dislocation Breaker Room map shows that the Nightmare animatronics are real, probably with illusion discs. These voice lines for Baby also match, as the line of
I guess you forgot about me
from Baby is directed at William, who, as I mentioned earlier, kind of ignores his daughter, and when he enacts the plan to get a new body through his glitch trap form, Elizabeth is left behind. William forgets about her, but as we'll talk about later on, that doesn't stop Elizabeth from coming back in a different form. William forgot about her, yes, and so did most of the community. Most people think that she was just left behind, set free by now, but it really doesn't seem like she is. And we'll talk a little bit more about that and her return in the next video. But for now, enjoy the rest of the video. See you guys.
Here's the thing though. Cassidy mimicking Circus Baby and Scrap Baby saying, "Time for your controlled shock," and I guess you forgot about me, actually helps my case. Remember, Henry's voice line for William back in FNAF 6 monologue was,
"Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole, so don't keep the devil waiting, old friend."
Meaning that, in some shape or form, Henry knew that William's fate would be at the hands of Cassidy. Therefore, Cassidy was in on the whole plan. Whether it was through Molten Freddy or not is a whole other debate, but it's hard to debate that Cassidy was not, in some form or another, in on the destruction and trap of William Afton. However, as I went over earlier, there's a bunch of evidence to suggest that Scrap Baby was also in on Henry's plan as well, meaning that she had a plan to escape. Cassidy telling William, through a Circus Baby and Scrap Baby recreation, saying things like, "You forgot about me and time for your controlled shock," could imply that Cassidy knows that Baby is still out there, carrying on the Afton legacy, and William not being able to stop her. Now yes, it is a stretch and a half, but with all of the stuff I'd laid out, there are a bunch of conclusions that could very well be drawn from this situation. Tell me in the comments below what you think. And this is where I have to cut it off. Obviously, there's a lot to continue to go over, but all of this is too much to fit into one video. Stay tuned for part 2 since I promise that it won't come out after 1 month of not uploading. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, peace.
Wait a second! Don't turn out just yet!
So as many of you guys know, you have been listening to this painfully disgusting mic since the beginning of my channel, basically. But that's about to change because I'm finally going to be getting a new mic. Dear Lord, thank the Lord. Now, I am going to be having this in one more video. Actually, 2 more. But I am finally getting a new mic, so that's all I just wanted to let you guys know. This mic is going away soon, finally. This is the mic that I record almost all my videos in, and it sounds like absolute doo-doo. So, I'm really happy to finally be getting a new mic, but that's all I just wanted to let you know. Yeah, I'll see you guys. Now, actually, peace out.